Christmas lights were still blinking when my father's hand shoved my daughter off the chair like she was nothing. She stumbled, eyes wide, cheeks red, and the whole table went silent. Then he said it, loud enough to cut through the carols. "That seat is for my real grandkid. Get out." My husband did not stand up. My mother stared at her plate. And I felt something crack inside me that I could not glue back together. Because this was not just one cruel moment. It was a message they had been hiding for years. Before I continue, tell me your country and the time right now. I freeze with the serving spoon still in my hand. Steam rises from the food, fogging my eyes, but I do not blink. My daughter wobbles beside the table, her small shoes scraping the floor as she tries not to fall. Her fingers grab the table edge like it is the only solid thing left in the room. For half a second, nobody breathes. Then I hear my father lean back in his chair. Wood creaks. Plates clink. Normal sounds. As if he did not just push a 6-year-old child. As if he corrected a napkin placement instead of shoving her aside. "She shouldn't be sitting there," he says calmly. My ears ring. I taste metal in my mouth, sharp and bitter, like I bit my tongue hard. But I did not. My daughter's lips tremble. "Mama," she whispers. The sound cuts straight through me. I drop the spoon. It hits the tile with a loud clatter that finally wakes the room. I rush forward and pull her into my arms. Her heart is racing against my chest. She smells like soap and cinnamon. Her hair is still warm from the bath I gave her earlier. "My baby." My father lifts his hand and points again. Not at me. At the chair. "That seat," he says, eyes cold, "is not for her." Across the table, my sister-in-law's son is already climbing into it. He swings his legs proudly, grinning like he just won a prize. My father smiles at him. A real smile. The kind I have not seen directed at my daughter in years. My husband, Amir, clears his throat. "Dad, please," he says softly. Not angry. Not protective. Just uncomfortable. Like someone asked him to fix a broken light. My chest tightens. "Please." That is all he says. Not stop. Not don't touch my child. Please. My mother stares down at her plate. She starts cutting her chicken into tiny pieces she does not eat. My aunt coughs. Someone turns the music louder. Christmas carols keep playing. Joyful voices singing about peace. I feel like I am standing outside my own body, watching a scene I do not understand. My daughter's arms tighten around my neck. "Did I do bad?" she whispers. "No," I say too fast. My voice shakes. "No, baby. You did nothing." My father sighs loudly. "Don't make this dramatic," he says. "It's just family order." Family order. I look around the table. Faces I have known my whole life. People who watched me grow up. People who held my daughter as a baby. Nobody speaks. My father straightens his back. "In this family," he says, "the elders decide seating." I swallow. "I didn't know there were rules," I say. "There always were," he replies. His eyes move from my face to my daughter. Some people just forget their place. My hands shake as I hold her. She presses her face into my shoulder. I feel warm tears soak through my sweater. I want to scream. I want to flip the table. Instead, I ask quietly, "Why?" My father's lips twitch. "You know why," he says. The room feels colder. "What do you mean?" I ask. He leans forward slowly. Every movement controlled. Deliberate. "You know why she isn't mine." The words land heavy. Like a judge's hammer. I stare at him. "I don't understand," I say. My heart pounds so loud I can hear it. He looks at Amir. "Tell her." Silence. All eyes shift to my husband. Amir avoids my gaze. He rubs his palms together. I wait. Seconds stretch. I nod once, begging without speaking. Say something. Deny it. Laugh. Correct him. Amir swallows. He does not look at me. "Dad," he says, "this isn't the time." Not denial. Not outrage. Just delay. My stomach drops. "Amir." I whisper. He finally meets my eyes. There is fear there. Guilt. Something buried. My father snorts. "She deserves to know," he says. "I won't pretend anymore." Pretend. My breath comes faster. "What are you talking about?" I ask. My father gestures toward my daughter. "She is not real blood," he says. The words echo. Not real. Blood. My daughter lifts her head. She does not understand the words, but she understands the tone. Her face crumples. Grandpa, she says softly. He does not look at her. Enough, Amir says suddenly. But his voice cracks. Too late. My father stands. I allowed this marriage out of respect, he says. But lies rot families. Lies. My hands feel numb. What lie? I demand. My mother finally looks up. Her eyes are wet. She opens her mouth, then closes it. That silence hurts more than shouting. My sister-in-law clears her throat. We shouldn't talk about this in front of children, she says. Children. Plural. As if my daughter does not count. I step back, holding my child tighter. You pushed her. I say, my voice rising. She's a child. She's not my grandchild, my father snaps. The room gasps. The word hits my daughter like a slap. She starts crying openly now. Mama, I'm scared, she sobs. I turn away from the table. My legs shake as I walk toward the hallway. Behind me, chairs scrape. Voices rise. But I do not turn back. In the bathroom, I lock the door. I sink to the floor with my daughter in my lap. My heart feels split open. I whisper over and over. You're safe. You're mine. She hiccups against my chest. After a few minutes, there is a knock. Open the door, Amir says quietly. I stand. My hands tremble as I unlock it. He looks at my daughter, then at me. We'll talk later, he says. Later. Always later. I search his face. Is it true? I ask. He looks away. And in that moment, before he speaks another word, I know. Something was hidden. Something old. Something planned. And whatever it is, it started long before tonight. Before Christmas. Before my daughter ever took that chair. I carry my daughter down the hallway, my arms tight around her back. I pretend I forgot the napkins. I pretend my hands are not shaking. Her cheek presses against my neck, warm and wet. I didn't do anything wrong, she whispers. Her voice is small. Broken. My heart squeezes until it hurts to breathe. You didn't, I tell her quickly. You were perfect. You always are. The words sound thin, like paper stretched too far. Inside the bathroom, the light hums softly. I lock the door and lean against it. My reflection stares back at me from the mirror. My eyes look hollow. My mouth is pale. I do not recognize the woman holding my child. She looks older, smaller, scared. I rinse my daughter's face with cold water. She sniffles. Can we go home? She asks. Soon, I want to say, but I do not know if home still exists. When we return to the dining room, laughter fills the air. Too loud, too forced. Amir is laughing. I stop walking. The sound feels wrong. He laughs too fast. Too hard, like he is trying to prove something. My mother-in-law, Nyla, sits beside him. Her hand rests on his arm. Not casually, possessively. She pats him twice, smiling. Her nails are perfect. Red. Sharp. My father pours juice for my nephew. He lifts the glass high. That's my boy, he says proudly. The words slice through me. I have never heard that tone directed at my daughter. Not once. I walk back to the table and sit without asking. I pull my daughter onto my lap. I do not look at the empty chair. I refuse it. My daughter curls into me. Her fingers twist in my sleeve. I feel her shaking. Nyla leans toward me. Her perfume is sweet and heavy. Don't ruin Christmas with your sensitivity, she murmurs. Her smile does not reach her eyes. Sensitive. Like my child's tears are an inconvenience. Like being pushed is a misunderstanding. I say nothing. If I open my mouth, I might scream. I try to catch Amir's eye. He stands up quickly. I'll help in the kitchen, he says. He does not look at me. In the kitchen, he washes dishes that are already clean. I follow him. Amir, I whisper. He picks up his phone. Just a second. He steps outside to take a call. I wait. My chest feels tight. When he returns, I try again. Amir, what did your father mean? He grabs a towel. Can we not do this now? When then? I ask. He glances toward the dining room. After dinner. Always after. Always later. I watch him walk away. My hands curl into fists. Back at the table, conversations continue like nothing happened. Someone asks about work. Someone compliments the food. My daughter does not speak. She pushes peas around her plate. My mother finally looks at me. Her eyes flick to my daughter, then away. Guilt flashes. Gone. I feel invisible. Under the Christmas tree, lights blink softly. Gold paper. Red bows. I notice something out of place. A white envelope tucked beneath the lowest branch. No ribbon. No decoration. My name written across the front. Not to my daughter. Not to the family. Just my name. In my father's handwriting. Formal. Cold. Like a bill. My stomach drops. I glance around. No one is watching. I bend slowly and slide the envelope into my handbag. My fingers feel numb. I can barely feel the paper. Feels heavier than it should. Like it carries weight beyond ink. Dinner ends awkwardly. Dessert is served. I make excuses. My daughter is tired. She needs rest. No one argues. My father does not look at us when we leave. In the car, my daughter falls asleep within minutes. Her thumb in her mouth. Her face calm again. I grip the steering wheel too hard. Amir drives in silence. Streetlights blur past. The envelope presses against my side inside my bag. I can feel it, even without touching it. What was that? I finally ask. He exhales. You know how Dad is. No, I say. I don't. He says nothing. Did you know he would say that? I ask. No. He replies too fast. The lie scratches my skin. At home, I carry my daughter to bed. She stirs. Mama, she murmurs. I'm here, I whisper. I tuck her in. I watch her sleep. My chest aches with love and fear. When I return to the living room, Amir sits on the couch. He stares at the wall. I sit across from him. The space between us feels wide. What is in the envelope? He asks quietly. My heart jumps. You saw it. He nods. Don't open it tonight, he says. That stops me. Why? I ask. He rubs his face. Because it will only upset you. The words feel wrong. Everything already is. I deserve to know, I say. He does not answer. I take the envelope from my bag. My fingers hesitate on the seal. Amir stands suddenly. Please, he says. That word again. Please. Not truth. Not honesty. Just delay. I look at him. At the man I married. At the man who did not stand up when my child was pushed. At least tell me, I say, if it's about my daughter. He closes his eyes. Too long. My chest tightens. Is it? I whisper. He does not answer. The silence screams. I hold the envelope between my hands. My pulse pounds in my ears. Whatever is inside was never meant to protect me. Only them. I slide it back into my bag. Not yet. But soon. Because that envelope is ticking. And when I open it, something will break. I just do not know yet if it will be my marriage. Or the lies holding it together. I open the envelope in the car while Amir buckles our daughter into her seat. The heater hums low still. My fingers tremble so hard the paper crackles like dry leaves. For a moment I just stare at my father's handwriting. The sharp lines of my name. Not my daughter. Not dear. Just my name, like I am a stranger who owes him something. Amir shuts the back door with a firm click. Our daughter is quiet, her eyes heavy, lashes still clumped from crying. She hugs her small stuffed rabbit to her chest like armor. Mama, can we go home now? She whispers. Yes, I say, and the word feels like a promise I am not sure I can keep. Amir walks around to the driver's side. Before he can slide in, I tear the envelope open. The seal gives way too easily, like it was meant to be broken. Inside is not a card. Not a note. Not even an apology. It is a copy of a document. White paper, official font, lines and boxes, dates and names. My eyes dart down the page, searching for something kind. There is nothing kind. A sentence is highlighted in yellow so bright it almost glows. Paternity not confirmed. My vision blurs. I read it again. And again. Waiting for the words to rearrange themselves into something else. Waiting for my mind to be wrong. But the letters stay where they are. Paternity. Not confirmed. As if my daughter is a question mark. As if her life is a debate. My throat tightens so hard it hurts. Amir slides into the driver's seat. He glances at the paper in my hands. His jaw stiffens. "What is that?" he asks. I hold it up without speaking. A streetlight cuts across his face through the windshield. For 1 second, guilt flashes there. Raw. Undeniable. Then it vanishes and anger replaces it like a mask. He snatches his seatbelt and clicks it in. "It's nonsense," he says. "Nonsense." My voice comes out thin and sharp. He starts the car. The engine growls softly. "My father is old-fashioned," he says, as if that explains cruelty. He doesn't mean it. He gets carried away. I stare at him. "Carried away?" I whisper. "He pushed our child." Amir grips the steering wheel tighter. "You're making it bigger than it is," he mutters. "Bigger than it is." Like my daughter's sobs were background noise. Like the chair was just furniture. I shake the paper. "Why does this exist?" I demand. "Why is this highlighted?" Amir's eyes stay on the road. "It's nothing," he says, too calm, too practiced. "Nothing does not get highlighted. Nothing does not get hidden under a tree. Nothing does not sit in my bag like a weapon." I swallow hard. "Did you do this?" I ask. His knuckles turn pale on the wheel. "Drop it," he says. I turn and look into the back seat. My daughter watches us with sleepy eyes. She does not understand the words, but she hears the tension. I force my voice soft. "Sweetheart, close your eyes," I say. "Rest." She nods slowly and curls toward the window. I face Amir again. "Tell me the truth," I whisper. "Did you ever doubt she was yours?" He exhales through his nose. "You know she's mine," he says, but he still will not look at me. That refusal is its own confession. "Then why would you let him talk like that?" I ask. His mouth tightens. "Because if I fight him, he'll make it worse," he snaps. "Worse." My stomach twists. "What does that mean?" I ask. Amir taps the steering wheel once, like he is counting his patience. "You don't understand how my family works," he says. I laugh once, a broken sound. "I'm living it," I say. Silence fills the car after that. I press the document flat against my thigh and read it again under the passing streetlights. There are initials. A lab name. A date that makes my skin crawl. It is from years ago. From the first months after my daughter was born. My hands shake harder. So this was not sudden. This was planted. I think about the nights I stayed awake feeding our baby. About the way Amir would rock her in the dark. About the softness in his eyes then. Was it real? Or was it acting? When we pull into our driveway, Amir parks and sits with his hands still on the wheel. He does not speak. I open my door and step out into the cold. The air bites my face. My breath turns white. I go around and unbuckle my daughter. She leans into me, half asleep, and I carry her inside. The house is quiet. I lay her in bed and pull the blanket up to her chin. Her lashes are still wet. I brush her hair back gently. "I love you," I whisper. She mumbles something, then settles. I stand there a long moment, staring at her small chest rising and falling. A fierce heat builds behind my ribs. No one gets to erase her. Not my father. Not my mother-in-law. Not even her own father if he is weak. In the hallway, I hear Amir's footsteps. He pauses outside the bedroom. I hold my breath. He does not come in. He walks away. That small choice burns. When the house finally goes still, I go to our bedroom. The closet door is slightly open. Amir's side of the dresser looks the same as always. I sit on the edge of the bed with the document in my lap. My hands hover over his drawer. I hate myself for what I'm about to do. I hate the suspicion. I hate the way it turns love into fear. But I hate the silence more. I pull the top drawer open. Socks. A watch box. Old receipts. Nothing. I close it and open the second. Documents. A stack of mail. I flip through quickly. My pulse thuds in my ears. Then my fingers hit a folder. Thicker. Stiffer. I pull it out. Hospital logos stare back at me. My stomach drops. Inside are forms, appointment slips, printed emails. Names I do not recognize. Dates that line up with the year my daughter was born. I swallow a sound. My hands move like they are not mine, turning pages, searching for meaning. And then a photo slides out. It lands face up on the bed. My breath leaves my body. Amir is in the picture. He looks younger. His arm is around a woman I have never seen. She is smiling softly, one hand on a rounded belly. Amir's hand rests on her stomach too. Not awkward. Not polite. Possessive. Intimate. His face is lit with a kind of happiness I have not seen in years. A date stamp sits at the bottom corner. It is from the same year my daughter was born. My vision tunnels. My skin goes cold. A second life existed beside mine. And the question cuts through me sharper than any knife. If my daughter is not real to them, whose child were they waiting for? I confront Amir in the kitchen before sunrise, when the house is quiet and the truth has nowhere to hide. The only light is the small bulb over the stove. It hums while the rest of the house sleeps. I set the folder on the table. The photo is on top. Amir walks in and stops like he hit a wall. "Why are you up?" he asks. "Tell me who she is," I say. He reaches for the folder. I pull it back so fast the paper bends. He blinks, then his voice hardens. "Give me that." I step away. "Not until you stop lying." His eyes flick to the hallway, toward our daughter's room, like he's afraid she might hear the truth through the walls. "She's a cousin," he says. I lift the photo. "Your hand is on her belly." "It was a joke," he says too quick. I open the folder to the hospital forms. "Then why are her appointments here?" His mouth tightens. "She's a friend." "A cousin," I repeat. "Now a friend." He takes a breath like he's choosing a safer story. "She needed help. That's all." "Help with what?" I don't say it out loud at first. I let the silence press on him. He won't meet my eyes. From the hallway a floorboard creaks. My daughter turns in her sleep. A tiny sound. A safe sound. My throat burns. "Did you betray me?" I ask. "No," he says, but his hands clench. "I didn't." "Then why did my father call her not real?" I ask. "Why does he have papers about paternity?" Amir grips the edge of the table. "Because he's old. Because he's obsessed with bloodlines. Because you won't stop reacting." I stare at him. "Reacting?" He pushed her. Amir rubs his face. "Please. Let it go." That word again. Please. Like my child's dignity is negotiable. "I let things go for years," I say. "Every comment. Every look. Every time your mother corrected my parenting like I was a guest in my own life. I let it go. And now they put hands on my daughter." He lowers his voice. "Don't turn this into a scene." "It is already a scene," I whisper. "I just stopped pretending it isn't." He steps closer. "Give me the folder." I hold it to my chest. "Tell me her name." His lips part. Nothing comes out. My skin goes cold. "You know her." He looks away and the movement feels like a confession. My phone sits on the counter. I grab it. Amir's eyes widen. "Who are you calling?" "My mother," I say. He shakes his head. "Don't. She'll panic." "Your dad will." "I don't care." I snap, then force my voice down again. "I need someone to tell me if I'm losing my mind." I call. The ringtone sounds too loud in the sleeping house. My mother answers, irritated. "What is it?" I swallow. "Dad pushed her. He shoved my daughter, and he said that seat is for his real grandkid." Silence. Then my mother sighs like I just woke her for gossip. "Why are you calling me at dawn?" "Because my child is crying," I say. "Because Amir has secrets." My mother's voice flattens. "Your father has his reasons." "Reasons?" The word tastes like rust. "What reasons?" I whisper. "What reason makes him treat her like she's nothing?" "He cares about family," my mother says. "About how things look." "How things look," I repeat. "Not how she feels." My mother pauses. "Stop digging," she says quietly. "You'll only shame everyone." "Shame." I stare at the floor tiles, counting the lines so I don't scream. "Did you know?" I ask. "Did you know they questioned her paternity?" Another pause. "Just calm down," my mother says. "Go back to sleep." The call ends. I stand there holding the phone, my chest tight, my hands empty. Amir watches me, waiting for me to soften. I don't. Something settles inside me, hard and clear. I will not beg for crumbs of acceptance. I will get facts. Amir tries again, softer. We can talk later. No, I say. Later is how you hid this. His face flashes with anger. Where are you going? I look straight at him. To my father. And I'm taking her. With her, he snaps. Don't drag her into this. I laugh once bitter. You dragged her in when you let them push her. 2 hours later, my daughter's coat is zipped to her chin. Her scarf is crooked, and she hums in the back seat like yesterday was a bad dream she's already leaving behind. Her humming makes me ache. I pull up to my father's house. He opens the door before I knock a second time. His eyes are hard. He doesn't invite us in. He doesn't greet my daughter. He looks past her like she's air. Why are you here? He asks. I hold my daughter's hand. I want answers. He tilts his head. About what? I take the photo from my bag and hold it up. Who is she? His gaze flicks to it, then back to me. A smile touches his mouth, empty and pleased. You will find out soon, he says. My pulse jumps. Soon when? He shrugs. Soon. My daughter squeezes my fingers. Grandpa, she says, soft and hopeful. My father doesn't look at her. My throat tightens with rage. Don't ignore her, I say. He finally glances down at my child, and there is no warmth in his eyes. She is not my concern. I step closer, then stop calling her names and stop touching her. His voice lowers. I said what I said. Why? I demand. He leans in like he wants the words to bruise. Because I'm tired of pretending. Pretending what? I whisper. He answers like he's stating a simple fact, like he's proud of his cruelty. She is carrying the child Amir should have had first. My knees almost buckle. First. My daughter is a mistake to them. A practice run. I grip the doorframe to keep upright. You planned this. My father shrugs. Families fix mistakes. I can barely breathe. And the lawyer? His smile returns. I already spoke to one. To protect the family. Protect. From my child. My hands go cold around my daughter's. What are you trying to do? I ask. His eyes narrow. That depends on you. If you behave, things can be arranged. Arranged. And I can't afford one wrong step now. I glance back at my daughter's peaceful face, and terror sharpens into a single clear thought. The next move could decide whether I even get to keep her. I do not sleep. The house goes quiet, but my mind does not. I sit at the dining table with the lights off, staring at my daughter's school photo. Her smile is crooked. One tooth missing. Her eyes bright and trusting. I trace the edge of the frame with my finger, and try to understand how anyone could look at that face and decide she was not real. Not enough. Not wanted. The word first echoes in my head again and again. First. Like she was second place in a race she never entered. Morning comes without mercy. I shower, dress, pack her lunch. I smile so she won't ask questions. The smile feels painted on. Thick. Cracking. At school, she hugs me longer than usual. Are you okay, Mama? She asks. Yes, I lie. Always. When she runs toward her classroom, I sit in the car for 5 full minutes after the bell rings. Then I drive. Straight to the clinic listed on the documents. The building is beige and forgettable. Glass doors. Blue sign. My heart pounds as I walk in. I tell myself I'm only asking questions. Just confirming. But my chest already knows I am digging up bones. The receptionist looks up. She is young, polite, tired. Yes. I'm looking for information about a patient. I say carefully. From a few years ago. She asks for a name. I say Amir's. Her fingers pause above the keyboard. Just for half a second. But I see it. Her eyes flick toward the back office. That hesitation is an answer. I'm sorry, she says quickly. I can't discuss. That's fine, I say. Too fast. Too calm. I turn and walk out before she can call anyone. The door closes behind me with a soft click that sounds too loud. In my car, my hand shakes so badly I drop my phone. Pick it up. Drop it again. My breath comes in short bursts. This is real. All of it. I call Sana. She answers on the first ring. Come over, I say. My voice breaks. I'm coming, she replies without asking why. She arrives 20 minutes later with coffee and worry in her eyes. We sit at my kitchen table while the clock ticks too loudly. I show her everything. The photo. The documents. The highlighted sentence. Her mouth falls open. They planned this, she whispers. I think so, I say. We open my laptop. We search public records. Clinic names. Archived emails. Anything. Hours pass. At some point Sana gasps softly. I found her. She turns the screen toward me. The woman from the photo stares back. Same hair. Same soft smile. Her name is Layla. Her profile is careful. Limited comments. Neutral captions. No drama. Just pictures of food, flowers, sunsets. Then Sana scrolls down. My stomach tightens. A post from years ago appears. A pastel graphic. Baby shower invitation. I lean closer. Hosted by Nyla. My mother-in-law. My chest caves inward. The date is from the same year my daughter was born. My hands begin to shake again. She didn't meet her by accident, I whisper. No, Sana says. She planned her. I zoom in. The guest list is visible in the comments. Names tagged. Relatives. Friends. My eyes scan. Then stop. My father's name sits there in plain sight. My vision blurs. My stomach turns like I swallowed ice. This was not a secret affair. This was not a mistake. This was a family project. A coordinated effort. And I was the temporary cover. The woman who kept appearances clean until the preferred child arrived. I push my chair back and stand. The room feels too small. They were waiting, I say. For what? Sana asks. For her to give birth, I reply. For me to step aside. A chill crawls up my arms. Suddenly every moment from the past makes sense. The comments about timing. The pressure to move closer to Amir's parents. The way Nyla always insisted on handling paperwork. The sudden interest in my mental health after childbirth. You were postpartum, Sana says softly. I was exhausted, I reply. And they were documenting. My phone buzzes. A message from Amir. Where are you? I do not reply. Instead I scroll further. Layla's page has no photos of the baby. Just vague captions. Everything happens for a reason. Patience is rewarded. My chest tightens. I open my email. Search keywords. Hospital. Legal. Appointment. Old threads appear. Messages forwarded from Amir's account to his mother. Schedules. Costs. Updates. My hands tremble. He shared everything. I close the laptop slowly. My head feels heavy. They were preparing, I whisper. For what? Sana asks again. I look at my daughter's photo on the table. For me to disappear. A knock sounds at the door. My heart jumps. Sana stands. It's okay, she says. She peeks through the window. It's just a delivery. When the door closes again, my legs finally give out. I sink into the chair. I married into a plan, I say. Sana grips my hand. You're not alone. But I'm late, I reply. They've had years. Outside a car passes. Life continues. Inside me something shifts. Fear hardens into focus. They underestimated one thing. They thought I would stay quiet. I look again at the guest list. Names. Dates. Proof. The betrayal was organized, not impulsive. And now there is only one question left. What were they planning to do with me once the real grandkid arrived? I go home and pretend everything is normal because fear makes me smart. I cook dinner like nothing is broken. The pan sizzles. Garlic burns. The smell fills the kitchen while my hands move on memory alone. My daughter sits at the table coloring. She hums softly, unaware that her life is hanging by threads she cannot see. I help her with homework. Spellings. Numbers. She leans her head on my arm and smiles. That smile nearly breaks me. After dinner, I kiss her forehead. Tomorrow will be better, I promise. She nods. She believes me. That trust hurts the most. When she finally falls asleep, clutching her rabbit, I close her door quietly. Then I wait. I sit on the couch and scroll my phone. I laugh at nothing. I nod when Amir speaks. I let him think I am calm. He relaxes slowly. His shoulders drop. He loosens his tie. The man I married comes back on the surface. When he finally sits beside me, I turn my head. Are you planning to leave us? I ask. The question hangs between us. His eyes flash. Just for a second. Where did you hear that? He asks. Not no. Not never. Where? My stomach tightens. So it's true, I whisper. He exhales sharply. You're overthinking. I asked a yes or no question, I say. He rubs his face. My mother has been under pressure. From who? I ask. He hesitates. Then the truth starts leaking out in pieces. She's been talking for years, he admits. About lineage. About blood. My heart pounds. She said your father never accepted our daughter, he continues. Because of a rumor. What rumor? I ask. He swallows. That you were seeing someone before we married. My breath catches. That's a lie, I say. I know, he mutters. Who started it? I ask. He looks down. My father-in-law. My own father. My hands shake. And the paternity test? I whisper. That was demanded by them, he says quickly. Not me. Was it even real? I ask. Silence. The air feels thick. Amir does not answer. I nod slowly. My heart sinks deeper with each second. Then he speaks again. There's something else. My chest tightens. What? There's a custody plan. The words make no sense at first. I laugh once, sharp and broken. That's not funny, I say. I'm not joking, he replies. My laughter dies. He pulls out his phone. His hands shake. He opens a message thread and turns the screen toward me. I read the words. Nyla, do it after New Year. Courts move faster when she is unstable. Unstable. My vision blurs. They think I'm unstable? I whisper. They want documentation, Amir says quietly. Mood swings. Emotional reactions. Anything. My stomach twists violently. They want my daughter, I say. He nods. They think she belongs with the family. Without me, I finish. He does not deny it. The room spins. Every argument. Every time Nyla suggested I rest. Every time she insisted on watching my reactions. They were collecting proof. You let this happen, I say. His voice cracks. I was trying to keep peace. You handed them weapons, I whisper. He reaches for me. I pull away. My skin crawls at his touch. You knew, I say. You always knew. I didn't think it would go this far, he insists. They pushed my child. I snap. How much farther did you think it would go? He has no answer. I stand. The house suddenly feels wrong. Walls too close. Ceiling too low. This isn't a marriage, I say slowly. It's a cage. He looks up. What does that mean? It means you built it with them, I reply. And now you want me to live inside it quietly. I love you, he says desperately. I shake my head. Love doesn't come with legal threats. Silence stretches. Are they filing? I ask. Soon, he admits. They wanted to wait until after New Year. My heart slams. How soon? I press. Days, he says. The word lands like a countdown. I walk to my daughter's room and stand in the doorway. She sleeps peacefully. Her chest rises and falls. Her world is safe only because she doesn't know. Behind me, Amir whispers my name. I do not turn around. Because in one brutal second, everything becomes clear. My marriage is not my shelter. It is the trap. And they already have the key. If I wait, they will take her. If I fight, they will destroy me. Either way, the war has already begun. And I have to decide fast. Because the custody plan is real. And the next move could decide whether I lose my daughter forever. The lawyer's office is on the second floor of an old building with a flickering hallway light. The door plate says Family Law in peeling gold letters. Inside, it smells like coffee that has been reheated too many times and paper that has lived through other people's disasters. My hands are sweating around my folder. Every document feels heavier than it should. Birth certificate copies. Screenshots. The highlighted paternity not confirmed report. The photo of Amir with Layla's belly under his hand. A printed guest list with my father's name sitting there like a stain. The lawyer, Ms. Farah, gestures to a chair. She is calm in a way that makes me feel both safer and smaller. Start from the beginning, she says. My voice shakes. My father pushed my daughter at Christmas dinner. Her pen stops. And what did he say? She asks. I swallow. He told her the seat was for his real grandkid. Miss Farah's eyes lift to mine. No pity. No judgment. Just focus. That matters, she says. The words hit me like a hand on my back, steadying me. For the first time in days, I feel the smallest breath of relief. I open my folder and slide everything across her desk. She doesn't flinch at the ugliness. She sorts pages by date, by names, by what a judge would care about. Evidence, she says, tapping the paper. And a pattern. A pattern of what? I whisper. Emotional abuse, she replies. Coercion. Alienation attempts. Alienation. A cold word for a warm, living fear. She asks questions like she is building a staircase and I am learning how to climb it. Who witnessed the shove? Did anyone record it? Do you have messages from your husband or his mother? Any threats? I tell her about my father's lawyer. About the word protect. About Amir admitting there is a custody plan. About Nyla's text calling me unstable. When I say that word unstable, my voice cracks again. Miss Farah slides me a tissue without breaking eye contact. Listen, she says softly. They are trying to control the story before you do. I nod, throat tight. We can fight back, she continues. But you must be careful. No outbursts. No phone calls without witnesses. No meetings alone. I blink. So I have to act like a robot. You have to act like a mother the court trusts, she corrects. A mother who documents. She writes a list. Record conversations where legal in your area. Save screenshots with dates. Backup files. Move originals of passports, birth records, school letters somewhere safe. Tell the school who is allowed to pick up your child. If there is another shove, we file for protection immediately. My heart pounds. What if they file first? We prepare to respond fast, she says. And we do not give them an opening. An opening. Like my life is a door they are trying to force. When I leave, the sky is gray and low. I sit in my car and breathe into my hands until the shaking slows. Then I drive to the bank and rent a small safe deposit box. I feel ridiculous signing forms with fingers that can barely hold the pen. But I do it anyway. I place copies of everything inside. Not in my house. Not where Amir can reach. I text Sana, I met a lawyer. I'm starting a file. She replies instantly, good. I'm with you. That night I cook again. Rice, lentils, something simple. My daughter chatters about a sticker she earned at school. I laugh at the right places. I wipe her mouth. I braid her hair for bed. And inside my chest a new rule settles. I will not beg anyone to love her. After she sleeps, I set my phone on the counter and turn on the voice recorder. I hate what this makes me. But I hate what they are trying to do more. Amir walks in quietly, as if softness can undo betrayal. He stands behind me and touches my shoulder. I'm sorry, he whispers. I don't flinch. But I don't melt either. Sorry for what? I ask, keeping my voice steady. He swallows. For letting it get this far. I turn to face him. His eyes look tired. Guilty. Searching. Your mother has been planning, I say. So has my father. And you stood in the middle. He reaches again. I was trying to protect us. No, I say. You were trying to protect yourself. His jaw tightens. She's worried about legacy. Legacy. I taste the word like poison. As if my daughter is not flesh and blood, I say. As if she is not laughter and scraped knees and bedtime stories. Amir's eyes flick away. Did you ever love her? I ask. He looks up sharply. Of course I do. Then act like it, I say. He opens his mouth. A knock interrupts. 3 hard knocks like a decision. Amir stiffens. I don't move. The knocks come again. I walk to the door and open it. Nyla stands there with a bright box of sweets and a smile stretched too wide. Her perfume hits me first, sweet and heavy, like it wants to cover something rotten. Surprise, she says. I brought Mythai. For the child. I don't invite her in. She steps forward anyway. Amir appears behind me. Amy, he says, too respectful, too fast. Nyla glides into my living room like she owns the floor. She looks around, eyes taking inventory. My daughter peeks from the hallway in her pajamas. Nyla's smile softens, but it is a performance. Come, Beta, she coos. Come sit. My daughter walks slowly toward her. Nyla points at the dining table. Then she points at a chair. Not the nearest one. Not the comfortable one. The same chair my father claimed at Christmas. Not there, Nyla says sweetly. Here. My daughter hesitates. Her eyes lift to mine, confused. In that pause I see something terrible. I see her learning. Learning that love comes with conditions. Learning that her body takes up the wrong space. My stomach twists. I step between them. She sits where she wants, I say clearly. The room goes quiet. Nyla's smile dies. Her eyes harden, the warmth draining out like someone pulled a plug. Excuse me, she whispers. I keep my voice calm like Miss Farah told me. She sits where she wants, I repeat. And no one tells her she doesn't belong. Nyla's nostrils flare. Amir shifts behind me. Amy, please, he murmurs. Nyla turns her head slightly, still looking at me. You are making a mistake, she says. Leave, I say. Her lips part in a slow, cold smile. You will regret this, she whispers. The words are quiet, but they land like a knife, because I can hear the promise inside them. I glance at my daughter, and force my hands to stay steady. This is not a mother speaking. This is an enemy. And I know her next move won't be at my door. It will be in public where she can burn my name and call it justice. I never wanted a scandal. I wanted peace. Boring mornings, lunchboxes, school runs, and quiet nights where my daughter slept without fear. But peace is a luxury they stole from her the moment my father shoved her from that chair. The day after Nyla's visit, I can't sit still. Every sound makes me jump. Every buzz of my phone feels like a warning. Sana comes over with her laptop and a face set like stone. We need proof, she says. Not feelings. I nod, throat tight. I hate that motherhood has become a case file. We sit at my dining table, the same one where my daughter eats cereal. Now it looks like a war room. Sana scrolls her messages. I asked your cousin Hira, she says. She recorded Christmas dinner for memories. My stomach turns. Sana sends a quick note and a video file arrives. She slides her phone to me. Ready? No. But I press play. The video starts near the tree, shaky and bright. People laugh. Someone claps. I hear my own voice, light and fake. Then the camera tilts to the table. My daughter is there, small and proud, sitting beside my father, legs swinging. She is smiling because she thinks she belongs. My heart tightens. My father's hand moves. Fast. Firm. He shoves her shoulder. Not a tap. Not a mistake. A push with intent. My daughter jolts sideways and gasps, a tiny sharp sound that makes my eyes burn. Then my father's voice cuts through, clear as ice. That seat is for my real grandkid. Get out. I cover my mouth. Sana inhales beside me. On the screen, my daughter's eyes go wide. She looks around, searching for someone to protect her. And there is Amir's voice, weak and careful. Dad, please. The clip ends. My hands are numb. Sana pauses the screen. That's enough for court, she says. I can barely breathe. Save it. We move fast. We upload it to a secure drive. We send it to Sana's email. We copy it to a USB. We save it on my phone and an old tablet. One place becomes 5 because I don't trust anyone now. Then I forward it to Miss Farah with one line. Clear shove. Clear audio. Her reply comes quickly. Good. Do not confront anyone alone. Keep witnesses. Stay calm. Stay calm. Like my blood isn't boiling. I glance at my daughter on the rug, coloring, humming like her world is still safe. I want it to stay that way. But the war is moving. That night I barely eat. I keep replaying the clip in my head, hearing my father's voice like it's inside my bones. I check the locks twice. I move my daughter's passport from the drawer to my coat pocket, then to a tin box, then back again because my fear can't choose a hiding place. When Amir texts, "Are you okay?" I stare at the message until the screen dims. I type yes. I delete it. I type nothing is okay. I delete that too. In the end I send nothing, and the silence feels safer than any lie. Before bed I kiss my daughter's forehead and whisper, "No one will take you." She sighs in her sleep, trusting me completely. I sit on the floor beside her bed until my legs go numb, listening for the smallest sound from the street. That evening I call Hira. "Please don't delete the original," I say. Her voice shakes. "I didn't mean to record that." I'm glad you did, I reply. I need you to stand with me. A pause. Then, your dad scares me. I know, I whisper. That's why I need witnesses. On the morning of the meeting, my hands won't stop shaking, so Sana makes me practice. Say it without crying, she tells me. Say it like a report. I hate that, but I do it. I stand in my kitchen and repeat, you pushed my child. Until the words stop sounding unreal. Sana checks her phone. Your aunt will keep the door open, she says. And your cousin will stay in the room. No corners. No whispers. I nod. In my bag I carry the USB, printed screenshots, and a small notebook where I wrote dates like a soldier marking days. Every step toward my father feels like walking into fire. But I keep walking. The next day, Sana and I meet my father at my aunt's house. Neutral ground. Open doors. People nearby. My aunt and two cousins hover, pretending to tidy but really listening. My father sits on the sofa like a judge. Why are you here with an audience? He asks. Because you lie, I say. His eyes narrow. I pull out my phone. Watch, I tell him. He scoffs. I don't need to watch anything. I press play anyway. Laughter fills the room first. Then the shove. Then his words. That seat is for my real grandkid. Get out. Silence crashes down. My aunt's hand flies to her mouth. One cousin whispers, Astigfirullah. My father's face drains, then hardens. That video is twisted, he snaps. It shows your hand, I say. He points at the screen. She was about to fall. I stopped her. My cousin blurts. You pushed her. My father whips his head. Stay out of it. I step closer, forcing my voice calm. You hurt a child, I say. My child. He spits the word back. Your child. Exactly. You're still doing it, I whisper. Even now. He leans in. You humiliated yourself bringing her here. My aunt pleads. Brother, please. My father turns to the room. Do you all want to pretend you don't know the truth? My stomach tightens. What truth? He smiles without warmth. The truth is you were warned, he says. And you didn't listen. Even the car radio sounds cheerful, like it is mocking me. The front door opens. Heavy steps. Amir walks in, face tight. What is this? He asks. I hold out my phone. Watch. He plays the clip, and I watch his face change as my father's words hit him again. His throat moves. Dad, he says, voice strained. You can't do that. My father shrugs. I already did. Amir steps toward me. For 1 second I think he is choosing us. Then perfume sweeps in behind him. Nyla enters holding a folder like it is nothing. Her face is smooth, calm, fearless. She looks at me and speaks like glass. You think a video wins a war? My stomach drops. She taps the folder once and pulls out papers with a court seal. Amir's eyes widen. Amy, after New Year. Nyla ignores him. She holds the first page up. My name. My daughter's name. A court summons. My breath catches and my hands go cold. They didn't wait. They started now. And as I stare at the stamp date, I realize the final battle will not be in my living room, but under a judge's eyes. I walk into the courthouse with my daughter's hand in mine. I do not hide her. I do not ask her to stand behind me. I do not shrink her presence to make anyone comfortable. She wears her blue dress with the crooked button, the one she insists is lucky. Her palm is warm in mine. I walk taller than I ever did as a wife. I am not here to beg. I am here to protect. Inside the courtroom, everything smells like paper and polish. My lawyer sits beside me, calm and prepared. When I speak, my voice does not shake. I do not sound like a frightened woman anymore. I sound like a mother with facts. The video plays. The room goes silent. My father's hand on the screen. My daughter stumbling. His words echo through the speakers. That seat is for my real grandkid. I watch his confidence crack as the judge rewinds it. Again. And again. Family honor does not impress the law. Truth does. My lawyer presents the messages. The screenshots. The plans written in calm cruelty. Courts move faster when she is unstable. Nyla's smile disappears as her own words are read aloud. She stares straight ahead, hands folded too tight. The judge's voice cuts through the room. Who pushed the child? Who demanded the test? Who created the custody plan? No one can hide behind silence now. When Amir is called forward, he tries to stand in the middle like he always has. He says he wanted peace. He says he never meant harm. The judge looks at him steadily. There is no middle when a child is harmed. The words land heavy. Choice is forced. And for the first time it is not mine to make. When the ruling comes, I feel my knees weaken. Supervised contact only. No removal. No control. Protection granted. I close my eyes and breathe for the first time in months. Afterward, life becomes quiet again. Not perfect, but safe. I build routines. Morning breakfasts. School pickups. Soft nights with stories and laughter. I set boundaries like doors that lock from the inside. My daughter never asks where she belongs. She knows. I do not teach her revenge. I teach her worth. And slowly I learn mine too. Because a child's value is not decided by bloodline pride, but by the love that stands up when the world tries to push her away. The next Christmas I set the table myself. I place one chair at the head. Not for a real grandkid, but for the real family I chose to become. And no one ever moves her again.